Right everyone, and welcome back to Season 15 of AOR F1, and yeah, we're here today for round 9 of the season, the Italian Grand Prix, and yeah, you can see it's a very wet Monza here, and I can tell you it's going to stay that way for the race as well. So yeah, very rainy weekend here then, and you don't see it too often at this track, but it's certainly going to be the case for us in this race today then, and I think it actually was for us in F2 last season as well. So yeah, we've actually had a couple of wet races then on this game, this track. You may have noticed there hasn't been videos for the past few weeks, you may have noticed, but well, we have just had a 1 week break because the obviously there was a clash with the real life Canadian Grand Prix, but you may have missed the week before that as well because FOM wrongly blocked my Belgium highlights. I did dispute it, and that did remove the block off it, but it's still like being disputed. So yeah, I mean, it should, like, the copyright thing should get cleared, but yeah, I'll put a link down in the description to the video just in case you didn't actually see it, like if it never came up for you. And yeah, if you're like watching this at a later time and I've had to re-upload that video, then I'll change the link to that whenever that is the case, because I may just have to end up re-uploading it at some point, but I shouldn't have to because it was 100% all my content. So yeah, we qualified then for this race, only down in 14th place. That's a bit disappointing for us really. I feel I could have done better than that because that was my first lap and I kind of messed up my other 2 laps, and then my mechanics took forever to wheel my car back into the garage, so I couldn't even go out for the final lap, so, well, the final run, so that was quite annoying. Yeah, as I said then, heavy rain staying around then for the race. It's going to get light right at the end according to the graphic there, but yeah, looking like most of this weekend is going to be done then on the full wet tyres. And yeah, I was going to try and do a no stop if I could, so I thought that may give us more of a chance as we got lights coming on now then. And away we go, and yeah, just sort of tip-turn away from the line then, trying to get some traction. We do get a pretty good start though. I think we managed to pass Gorsh and also our teammate Lockdown then towards turn 1, and yeah, down into the first corner then, and yeah, it just seems all bunched up on the inside there really, and yeah, well, there's been a bit of contact as well, but yeah, we've managed to drop to the back then, just getting sort of tucked up behind people, and yeah, I think LGS got sort of forced out onto the grass, so that's allowed us to repass him. You'll also notice I've actually got raindrops on the camera now. You may have noticed I didn't have those before in wet races. I finally realised that's because of the camera settings, the near clip pane thing, whatever it's called. Yeah, if you set it all the way to like 1, which is always the right, then you don't get any dirt or drops on the camera. I literally only just found that out when I've been, you know, using those camera settings on 2016 and 2017, but yeah, I have changed it now slightly so that you can see raindrops on the camera. As we get to lap 3 and we're still in 14th position, but we did have someone going off there, and it was actually surprising the Toro Rosso there, so yeah, he's off then, and we are up then into 13th position, and skipping on to lap 4. We have dropped back a little bit now then, and yeah, into the second chicane we did have a car off up in front of us there, I think it's a Williams, and yeah, yellow flags. I think he collided with someone on the way back on the track there. It was leopard then, and that moves us up then into 12th position. Now on to lap 5 then, where we've got Surprise back on the back of us now then, and yeah, he'll be sort of trying to do a bit of a charge through the field now then, because yeah, obviously he's a lot better than 13th place, and we lose a back end out of the Ascari chicane, and yeah, luckily keep out the barrier, but yeah, we lose that position then. We have a bit of a gap to LGS though, because I think he went off somewhere as well. As we skip to lap 8 then, where I could see that the rain was lighter already, so I was thinking, well, I already had it up on the pit thing there to change to inters, but yeah, I did have LGS while they were backing me as well there, and as I was really struggling a lot in these conditions, and we run wide in the first Lesmo there, just making sure we like give him some space, and then yeah, he manages to make it a stick into the second Lesmo, and we are down then to 14th place, but Leopard quite a long way behind us then, so we're not in last place. And I did pit then at the end of that lap for the intermediate tyres, I would have done like tried to do a no stop in this race if possible, if it stayed wet, but I could just see that the track was drying out. And yeah, it's only us, Danny and Evo actually came in on that lap. And I think Leopard came in as well after us, but yeah, he's quite a long way back in this race, so yeah, probably won't be sort of racing with us then here today. As out of the pits we come then in, well, still 14th place, but we'll see if we can get any places in once everyone else is pitted. But that sort of lap advantage on the Inters. And yeah, well, we see LGS coming out of the pits then. We may be able to retake that position then up to 13th place it looks like. And yeah, just making sure we give them some space around the inside. But yeah, it looks like we're just about through. We should just get a bit more traction there. And we have, well, managed to retake that position. Now we're back up into 13th place, and we'll have to see now then what we can do from here, because we've already dropped off quite a bit then. Our pace really just wasn't that good in the first stint on the wet tyres. In fact, I think just pointing us there, LGS ran to the back of us. I couldn't feel anything on my screen, so I think it was a nice bit of desync there once again, but I think LGS got a front wing damage from that. On to lap 12 now then, and yeah, Leopard and LGS and quite a long way behind us. And yeah, Leopard now then decides to retire from the session. So yeah, that's one less person than I guess behind us, as yeah, we're sort of just dropping back more and more at this point, so it's really turned into like quite a dismal race for us. Then I could read it over with some people in front of me retiring, but then LGS goes as well, so now I'm just in last place on my own at the back. So yeah, that was unfortunate, and yeah, they just both quit then and just left me to be in last place instead, so that was nice. And sadly nothing else happened in that race. I just really didn't have any sort of pace in the wet. That's something I really need to work on, especially like going into F1 2018. But yeah, really just disappointing day. I mean, I wasn't really too far behind like Joe and Gorsh, I think that is, just in front of us there. I don't think I lost like too much time to them, but just we really went as quick as anyone else in this race. So yeah, rather disappointing. 13th place for us then, no points once again. And yeah, well, Evo then two in a row then for him then, after that long streak by the flying film was ended then. And yeah, Evo then with the win for Ferrari in Monza. So yeah, a good result then for the home fans there. And yeah, I think that was the first podium of the season then as well for Danny, so good result for him. Obviously a flying fin, hasn't been outside the top two this season, so yeah, I think he's still looking pretty good for the title. But yeah, we'll have to see then if Evo can get his good run going. But yeah, I guess sort of the pattern for us this season has been sort of, we've had like a points finish, then we've had two races out of the points, and then we've been back in the points again, and then we've had another two races without points. So assuming that pattern keeps on going, then we should get points in the next race. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one. It's Singapore, so could be a race of attrition, but I thought this one would be, and it really wasn't. We did have less people like turn up to this race, but like the people who did race, well, were mostly yeah, stayed in and had clean races. So yeah, I don't think we can just rely on retirements in Singapore. We'll have to try and find some more pace. Hope it doesn't rain, although if it dries 3 laps from the end, I know what to do there from F2 last season. So yeah, I somehow doubt that we'll be able to use that to actually win the race, but you never know. But yeah, well, I do know I'm not going to be winning any races this season, but yeah, we'll have to see then if we can get a good result next time out. And yeah, 6 rounds to go, and then we are done for F1 2017. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you then. Goodbye.